I talk too loud. I won't dwell too long on the noise. Everyone's talked about what's happening in the market with rare earths. There's a lot of activity as the supply chain is looking to be more established into the Western economies. More particularly in the recent activity, we have received for the Goshen Rare Earths project, a $200 million letter of interest from the Export and Import Bank of the USA, and today it was announced, an extension of that offer from the US, together with from Export Finance Australia's support for a $75 million financing package for the project. Looking at the project itself, the key thing is that we have two revenue streams. The long life mine that will produce rare earths and zircon and titania heavy metal concentrate. Both of these provide two revenue streams for the development of the project. The key thing about that, we sit in northern Victoria with strong support from the Victorian government. We're located near a number of towns with very strong road and rail infrastructure surrounding us, as you'll see from the map, and direct access to two ports both in Melbourne and in Adelaide. We have 890 tonnes of mineral resource and 220 tonnes of ore reserve. If we look at our mining licence, that will use, which is for 5 million tonnes per year over a 20-year period. That will use less than 50% of our reserves or less than 12% of the mineral resources. In addition to that, our tenements run right north up past Swan Hill, and so we have a very high quality resource and exploration potential for the whole project. Secondly, in relation to the resource itself, we have a number of the key rare earths that are currently in demand. Of note, the project has both light rare earth and heavy rare earth. So we cover a full spectrum of what's in demand at the moment, and you've heard a lot today spoken about the heavy rare earth potential of the marketplace. If we then look at where we're at as a project, we received, the first 2 points are process driven. We received our environmental licence from the Victorian Government in December last year, our mining licence in April this year, and our federal environmental protection and biodiversity licence coverage in September this year. We are very much in a position now where we're moving to what we would call secondary type process-driven licences to get on with commencing the project and demonstrating that we can commence the project within the parameters of our licence arrangements. We sit as a critical major project in the Commonwealth Government delegation, and I would add to this, we also have memorandums of understanding with both our local councils as we move towards making sure we have a very strong social licence in terms of what we're doing. So we sit here today with our work plan due at the beginning of December, very much shovel ready from a permitting point of view and ready to go, with acknowledgement and support from both the US and Australian governments in terms of taking this project forward. The project itself, we're running two models there where we start with mining 1.5 million tonnes a year and moving up to 5 million tonnes a year. We're running alongside that model where we move straight to 5 million tonnes a year, which is our licensing requirement. We own the land in which we'll be mining, as we go into the financing and offtake part of that, we have the optionality to start smaller and de-risk the project as we proceed, or move straight to full production as we develop out the project. We touched on EXIM and EFA support. In relation to the heavy minerals, we've recently signed agreements with Currumbin Minerals in Queensland in relation to the heavy mineral offtake, and with Mitsui in Japan. And we're working very closely with a number of players who are interested in our rare earths offtake. Obviously, the current activity has heightened the interest there, and we're moving very quickly. We will be moving quickly over the next few months to secure an agreement in relation to the rare earths offtake. And lastly, probably the key to all this is it is a very simple mining project. The ore base is set in sand. We don't have a crushing operation. The processing is a very simple operation. While there will be execution risk in building the project, that execution risk is very low. We have a process, in a mining process, where we will be digging and rehabilitating all within the space of about 3 years. So as we mine, within 3 years behind us, the land will be revegetated or returned to pasture as we move through, and minimising the disruption as we go forward. So, as a project, very simple, very well positioned. We head into the next 6 months looking to finalise our investment decision. We have great support from both the US and Australian governments. We have offtake in well-progressed discussions, and we're into financing. We'll soon be moving this project forward and getting it started and digging the resource out of the ground. Thank you very much for your time.